already just finished another cup of water. What do you expect?
Can you go to the hospital?
Chicken and rice.
I need to check your...
Chicken and rice.
I'd be okay with that.
Would you really? Are you that depressed with your diet?
Dude,
Dude, all I've been eating is meat, man, and I feel fucking great.
all I eat is chicken and rice.
Well, pick a different meat product.
Yeah, but fish doesn't keep well. You have to cook it fresh.
Yeah, but then do steak.
Yeah, but it's higher in calories, so I can't have as much.
Shit. My fucking guy in the military told us you can eat as much protein as you want. He says the worst thing that'll happen to you is you piss it out.
I know.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I switched over to that Lions diet. Basically, all I do is eat meat. And even though it wasn't the intent, I literally lost like 15 pounds overnight.
I just gotta get down to like 195, 185, and I'll be good.
Dude, I weigh less than you do.
I know. How much do you weigh?
Last time I got on the scale, it was 183.
Oh, it's muscle, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I think I got more muscle in you.
Only because you've actually been working out because the military is requiring you to.
Not really. You can kind of BS your weight until you get in.
Well, I'm sure you can, but still.
I always work out. I've always been heavy though. Like, I don't know.
Oh no, if I were to do any type of diet, I would,
Steve Carnivore.
Oh.
Only me.
That's all yep, that's what I'm on. And it's fucking
Dude,
great.
you'll shred pounds. Legit. I was like, carnivore diet was fucking insane.
I
That
love
was
the
as
carnivore.
metal as it gets.
I love it.
I don't know,
Oh,
I'll
you're
just,
eating vegetables. There is no vegetables.
Rarely.
Yeah, that's
But I know, but majority of the time, that's all I eat is meat. The only time I eat vegetables is because if I think I need something more. Like I ordered some vegetables the other day. I ordered some vegetables the other day with my food that I had brought here to the shop because I didn't have a chance to cook anything the other night. And when I took like one bite of the like 2 bites of the broccoli and 1 bite of the corn, and it was just so I could get the flavor in my mouth. But and like I said, it's one of those things. I'm not trying to lose weight. I just want to stop eating so many damn carbs so I'd have some more freaking energy to do stuff. Because my biggest problem lately was I just didn't have any fucking energy. There was stuff I wanted to get done. I didn't have the energy to do it. And as soon as I switched over to basically eat nothing but meat, which is all I pretty much eat anymore, I've got energy to go and do stuff. I had no problem getting my ass up out of bed this morning, jumping in the shower and coming in here, even though I didn't, when I planned on being here at 10 o'clock, which is 2 hours earlier than we're normally here. But it wasn't any problem at all. I fucking got up and went. Like, not eating all those fucking carbs and starches and shit like that, I feel so much fucking better.
that's a lot of people.
It really does.
And it's actually pretty cheap.
Oh, yeah. Like, if
Go to
you-
Moody's and fucking just, they have these deals for like, it's a meat market by the way if you haven't been to Moody's.
Right.
It's like, I pay like 200, 100, drop 100. I don't have to fucking get food for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think I went to HEB and bought all that stuff that's in the freezer right now, and I spent like maybe $80 just on meat itself, and I'm still not even halfway through the stack yet. And that's pretty much all that's literally almost all I've been eating. I take those giant packs of steaks, I throw them in the oven, and I bake them all for 30 minutes. And even if they're not all the way done to where I want, I know I'm going to heat them up later anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter if they're the right temperature, as long as they're cooked enough.
Oh,
And then I just put them in a big fucking Tupperware, and I'll bring 2 or 3 of them to work, and just whenever I get hungry, I'll throw one in the microwave with a cup of water so it doesn't dry out, warm the fucker up, and then come out here and sit down with a bottle of A1 sauce and eat the motherfucker. And a lot of time, if I season it right, I don't even need the A1 sauce.
Nice. I have a question for you guys. What is y'all's thoughts on a burger with pink in the middle?
Doesn't bug me.
Yeah, I was like, if it's not like straight up bloody, I'm good. Like if it's raw in the middle, it kind of grosses me out just because I don't know why, but burger is not like steak to me. But like I don't mind pink. Like,
Can we do research about that? Because
it's healthy.
what I thought was that it was actually bad for a burger, like because it's grounded meat, for it to have pink in the middle.
No, it's steak, dude. You good?
Okay, so I'll tell you where that came from because my grandmother had that same thing. She had that same worry when I was growing up. She always cooked her hamburgers all the way through. She didn't like any pink on her hamburgers. What that came from is a rash of salmonella that happened. I don't know when it happened, because the problem was it's the grinder. Okay, right? So if you don't clean your grinder properly and it's not maintained well, that meat that goes through there can get caught up with old stuff that was in there from before because you didn't clean the grinder properly. And the only way to get around that, the only way to not worry about it, was to cook your food all the way through to like a well done thing all the way through the hamburger. Now, steaks, the reason why it never became a thing with steaks is because steak is a single slice.
Yeah, I understood. So it's a cut.
It's not, it's not grounding through. But that's the reason why it was such a worry, because one of the guys, it's actually really common in some countries to eat raw hamburger. There's a German meal, and I can't remember what it's called, but all it is raw hamburger you eat. And with a little bit of salt and pepper sometimes, and you just eat it straight. One of the guys at work that I used to work with, he brought it in one day because I was the only one willing to try it, and it's really good. The thing is, you have to the hamburger, if you're going to eat it raw, has to have a really high fat content, because the really high fat content prevents those kind of diseases that would make you sick from forming. So as long as it's good quality meat, it's not going to hurt you. The problem is, a lot of those fears came from really cheap, shitty quality meat that came out, and the only way to make sure you didn't get sick was to cook it all the way through.
If you go to like HEB or meat market, don't worry about it, dude. If you're like at Walmart, maybe a little iffy about it. Past that, dude, it should be fine.
I don't know where I heard it from, but they said like once you cut a steak in half, it has twice the chance of getting getting germs on it or something like that, or some sort of like sickness from it. I don't know what it was. Don't quote me on it, because
it's all that. It's all from that era of just the. I hate to say it, but this is where like actual, what is it called? Oversight from a second party is really nice with like food.
Like the FDA.
Yeah, that's where the FDA should fucking stay.
Right.
Stick to food. Y'all did good. Like seriously, like I don't have to worry about food as much anymore because of the FDA. I'll give them that, dude. Fucking y'all's food standards has gotten higher. But it was from a time before like serious regulation. That's where a lot of those stipulate that comes from. Beef is usually safe.
Well, and the other thing, a lot of that, it's not even that it necessarily came from lack of regulation. It just came from lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
People didn't understand the science behind diseases and how it spread and stuff like that. So now that we have that knowledge, there's a lot better safety precautions. There's a lot better health regulations, and it doesn't necessarily have to be regulations. There's just a lot better health procedures that people go through nowadays to prevent that kind of thing from happening, because we understand it so much better now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Well, now I actually understand it better now.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Before this conversation, I actually thought like eating raw hamburger meat was bad for you.
No, and it's a good question to ask, because a lot of people still think that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, I don't ever recommend anyone eat straight from fucking like straight raw hamburger meat, but that's just because, I mean, fuck, it's kind of gross.
Well, like I said, it's just getting past the mindset. Exactly. Because, like I said, it's a delicacy with certain German dishes, and I don't remember what it is. But I should probably look that up.
I've been eating raw fish forever. I redneck buddies, fucking ceviche all the time. Yeah. All the time. I grew up like his mom would.
That's what it's called, ceviche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except it's raw hamburger.
Yeah, you can. I guess you can make it with raw.
Yeah, it's raw. I think ceviche just refers to raw in general, but yeah, ceviche hamburger is a very common thing with like the Germans.
I've had ceviche shrimp before, because my father made it. It was pretty good, but I didn't know you can make ceviche with raw hamburger.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
But
let's look up ceviche.
I had. Dude, his mom used to bring us fucking ceviche all the time. She'd be like, "Hey, you guys still playing outside?" Like, we were like 12, so we'd screw around like outside all the time, playing basketball and shit. She would call him.
Anybody remember how to spell it?
No, ceviche? I have no clue.
All the time. Wait,
but I need to change the car now.
The more you know.
That's
G.I. Joe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
The more you know, G.I.
Joe. Is it one?
It's called
Limitless. Yeah. So I never done RDAs before those, so I don't know anything about.
That is an RDTA, so
Yeah,
it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are fucking dope.
So
The Limitless was good in the second run. You got the second run, so you're lucky. The first run was terrible. Yeah, the OG Limitless.
Tartar. That's yeah, steak tartar.
Steak tartare. Oh yeah.
That's what it's called. Steak
This
tartar.
goes through juice real fast.
Yes, yes, it does.
So,
But it's
I
a
also
steak,
have-
I mean,
also use,
it's-
you know, I got a
okay.
Pro.
Well, I'll explain it when when Kyle comes back.
I've seen steak tartare before.
Yeah.
Let me think.
With pink in the middle, it just makes it juicy and stuff. But I thought with hamburgers, since it's grounded up and everything, it was more likely to have to gain some to have some sort of like germ or something in it that you have to cook it all the way through.
Yeah. And yeah, no, that was like I said, it didn't have anything to do with the raw hamburger itself was bad for you.
Honestly, the best medium.
You know, it's one of those things where, and it's not that there's not a risk. There's risk with any raw food. That something could have, you know, if somebody didn't refrigerate it properly, you know, if it sat out, you know, raw stuff is going to rot faster. So, it's an issue, but if prepared properly, it's not a problem. Problem is, if you go to a cheap restaurant and they don't prepare it properly, then yeah, you can get sick.
I know when I was in elementary school in Alice, was it there was this one time that we were all like, I guess we were all being served burgers and something else, and the burgers had like a little bit of pink in the middle, and the cafeteria ladies were saying, if your burger has pink in the middle, please bring it up and we'll get you a new one.
Yeah. Well, and that once again could have just been one of those things that they knew they were using cheap meat. You know, that maybe might have been prepared in the best way. You know, it's not one of those. Obviously, school lunches aren't exactly a gourmet meal. You know what I mean? So it might be one of those things where just it was probably better safe than sorry. You know what I mean? Especially when you're dealing with a bunch of kids at a public school and stuff like that. It's probably one of those. They would probably prefer it to be better safe than sorry. And yeah, the safest way to do it is to cook it all the way through and make sure it's well done. That's the safest way to eat any meat. Not necessarily the tastiest way to do it.
Want to look up was it the best burger to make by Gordon Ramsay?
The best burger to make by Gordon Ramsay?
Or the best burger ever by Gordon Ramsay?
Oh, is that something?
That's actually a YouTube video.
Oh, is it? Nice.